Yo, what is good, guys? It's your boy Mick. Welcome back to another Haikyuu Fly High video. And in today's video, I will be showing gameplay and breaking down Bokuro as best as I can, because there is still some confusion based off the UR character because of the morale system. He's emo mode and his happy mode, and also his skill reses. So I'll be covering it in today's video, and I'll also be showing for the Fukuro team synergy. And just looking at the team, don't actually take this seriously. We have Yamagata, Tendo, and Gosh here. The only one who could actually contribute good here is essentially Gosh. I don't plan to actually win because, as you can tell, the UR Bokuro is literally level 80, while the rest is around 7,000 to 2,000. So as you can tell, I'm just fucking around, but I'm trying to show the Fukuro team synergy here, because I was trying to win. I'll use my friend's lineup and I'll just do whatever I want with this thing. Okay, so I decided to record the gameplay instead of me recording the gameplay while also breaking down Bokuro's skills, because it was actually very difficult and I had to keep pausing the character in the game to actually talk about what I wanted to talk about. So if you guys don't know the morale basics, I already made an SP Bokuto breakdown video, and I included a morale guide there already, and I'll leave the video in the comments and in the description. So if you want to check it out just for SP Bokuto, you can check it out. If you want to check it out just for the morale guide, go for it. But I'll do a quick overview here. Each ball touch that a member makes is plus 6 morale points to the morale awakening. Every point you score, plus 10 morale points. Every point lost is plus 30 morale points. The cap needed to activate Morale Awakening is 120 morale points. And upon activating the Team Morale Awakening, you will get a 20% buff as long as the Team Morale Awakening is still active. So as you can see here, we get plus 18 points for the Cheer Squad. We get plus 20 for a skill, plus 20 for the Fukuro team bond, and plus 4 for another skill. Again, when you guys first get UR Bokuto, you may not get all these morale points, because first of all, for plus 18 morale points for the cheer squad, each member of the cheer squad is actually maxed out, so it caps out at plus 18 morale points in total. And starting off, we're obviously not going to have the Fukuro team synergy yet, because we need 4 members of the same team, so you're not going to have the plus 20 morale points. But nonetheless, this is just a breakdown of Bokuto and the morale system. But right now, we're going to get straight into the gameplay. So real quick, we're going to go back to ball touches for a minute, because once I play the video right now, you're going to see as soon as Akashi touches the ball, the Morale Awakening gets plus 6 morale points. But for skill 1, Bokuro allows plus 4 extra morale points, contributing to the ball touch. So essentially plus 10 morale points in total. Anything that includes ball touching on your side counts towards your Morale Awakening. And also, as you can tell, Bokuro does not start off with emo mode or happy mode. He starts off in normal mode, where he could use his ultimate freely without having to be restricted from emo mode. And when he first enters the court, he increases team morale by 20%. And obviously, in order to get him to happy mode, he needs to have team morale awakening active. And once that happens, he will enter happy mode and he will receive all his power buffs. And after team morale awakening ends, he will get emo mode, restricting him from ultimate spikes, but not from basic spikes nor his dual skill. And his emo mode goes away after the rally ends. As I already said, it was a block that still contributes towards the Morale Awakening. So hopefully that clears up about the ball touches if you were confused about certain scenarios of it. But yes, any ball touch is plus 6 morale points. Essentially plus 10 because of Bokuto skill 1. And we ended up losing a point here. But as you saw there, we increased in plus 30 morale points because we lost the point. And our team is sad now. And right now, it's up to the opposing team to serve. And when he serves, based off our skills, we get the Team Morale Awakening active already. And the AI, obviously, it puts it on instantly. And if you guys saw right here, we only have 4 touches until the Team Morale Awakening goes away. And that's based off of Bokuto's skill 1, where he changes the effect of Team Morale Awakening, causing it to go from 8 to 4. Why does it go to 8 from 4? Because his skill says so. So keep this in mind. And we let it play out. As you see here, Kono touches the ball. Boom, the touch goes away. And we have 3 left. Akashi sets here, that counts as 1. This goes away, and then it decides to do the dual skill. And also, since Bokuro isn't on his S4, using the dual skill or the ultimate skill during Morale Awakening does not matter, because both of the skills still provide a tremendous amount of power output. For example, the dual skill you see here, Bokuro performs a power hit times 265% and so on. This hit increases Bokuro's power hit by 20% and increases the team morale of his allies by 15. And looking at his actual ultimate skill, Bokuro performs a power attack with 260% and so on. If the spike is a critical hit, Bokuro's power increases by 12% and so on, and his team's morale increases by 16. If Bokuro did end up having S4, I would have rather used the ultimate first, because in a scenario if I didn't manage to score this, that would most likely mean my team morale awakening ended, and when that happens, Bokuro's in emo mode and he's not allowed to ultimate spike. But he is not restricted from the dual skill or basic spike. That was the biggest confusion a lot of people had. He could still use the basic spike and the dual skill, but he's just restricted from the ultimate spike. So this means if I don't have a spiker to cover for me, I could use the dual skill as a backup and I'll have another chance of scoring. And this would have taken me out of emo mode and I would have proceeded to use the ultimate based on that critical play that happened because of Akashi's skill 3 when while Team Morale Awakening is active. For every 4 increase in team morale, Akashi's awareness increases by so on and so on. If his set results in a critical play, the first spike by an ally after this play is guaranteed to be a critical play, meaning I would have had the ultimate ready from the get-go after I just used my first ultimate, then I use a dual skill, then I go back to the ultimate. But apart from that, if my ultimate did end up scoring, I would have my ultimate ready for next time. So right here, dual skill is finished. We end up scoring anyways because, you know, we're crazy like that. So boom, going back to the serve. Obviously, this counts as a touch, so as soon as Bokuro serves here, this will count as the touch and it will end. Boom. And then, as you guys can see right here, he is now in emo mode. Why? Because Team Morale Awakening ended. And if Team Morale Awakening ended last rally, then he would have been straight into normal mode. But considering the fact that the Morale Awakening just ended when he served, he now has emo mode. But if I'm being completely honest, being in emo mode doesn't really matter as much for Bokuro because the only time you really want to ultimate is when he's in Morale Awakening, so he can get all the power attack buffs from his happy mode and leading to essentially a heavy amount of damage. And also, if you do plan on duping a Bokuro, his skill res 2, he will give a buff to your teammates as long as he's in emo mode. And honestly, the skill res is pretty fine because when he's emo mode, like in this situation, all of your allies would have had a 12% increase in your main stats. But obviously, once the rally ends or when the Morale Awakening kicks in, he will lose that buff and then he will just go straight to his attack. And plus, this is an SP Bokuro, so he really doesn't even last long in emo mode. He doesn't start off with emo mode. It goes away at the end of the rally. He goes away in Team Morale Awakening. It also goes away in the dual skill. And it also goes away in Akashi's memory if you were to get it and follow the right conditions in perfect receive and perfect block using Bokuro. So S2 will be countered a lot, but when it does happen, it does give a decent amount of support. So as you can tell, some of the situations may vary depending on how you want to play with Bokuro, being support, being a filler spiker, being your main attacker. Because technically in a lot of scenarios, he is flexible, especially if he's your main attacker, then you'll want to get his S4, and then he will be able to spam his ultimates. As long as it's not a bad play, he will be able to spam his ultimates and then prioritize Morale Awakening. So we're going back to the normal stuff. Everything counts as the touches here. We got the touches there, and everything plays out as it should. And obviously, since Gosh scores right here, he actually gives plus 30 morale points because, first of all, he touches the ball, that's plus 10 morale points because of Bokuro. And then his skill, plus 10 morale points when he scores. And since it's a score, it's an extra plus 10 morale points. So in total, it is maximized to 30 morale points. I think I'm done here, guys. I didn't show a lot of the gameplay anyways, but I think I wrapped all of his skills up. And if I didn't, it's GG. But hopefully this cleared up for you guys. By the time I post this video, all the C players already have the UR Bokuro, so this video might be a little pointless to them. But for the rest of the work, we're still getting there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to join the Discord, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.